Hey man, Hafiz, can you hear me okay? I was talking on and then I realized that my audio is not set up properly. I'm not even sure if you're still there. I want this post to be a lot more conservative, like she's tucked in. Okay. There you go. Yeah, that's more tucked in. Yeah, there you go. I was just like talking to you all this time and then I realized my audio wasn't working properly. How you been, man? Been a week, I think, since I last streamed. Okay, that's good. This is good. This is a good post. Let me- kimono. Kimono here. It's going to be a female kimono, which I think it's called a yukata. I actually don't like this pose. No, bigger. Okay, maybe there is something to this pose. Yeah, I was just saying that I'm having trouble with the posing. The other pose, this one, she looks very static, right? But at the same time, it does fit her. It really fits her character. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna go with this yet. It just feels she just feels really boring, you know. I mean, at least the post looks very boring. So I'm trying to um, draw something else from the same character. And by the way, yes, I remember you from the last stream. Of course, I remember you. I wasn't gonna stream today because I wanted to make time to make more videos, like more long form videos. But no, I just felt like drawing. Why not? So hand here. Mm, she's the character from the manga I'm making the Empress. So you're kind of right. Yeah, she's an Empress. She's. I think you've seen me draw this person before. This character. Okay, so her alter ego is this girl, right? I've just written more characters for the story. I'll be drawing them soon. Uh, okay, I'll just go with this. We'll go simple this week, okay? Uh, yeah, well, let's just do something simple this week. Next week, I'm thinking of shifting the stream just a little bit. Maybe because I'm thinking of doing some gaming uh streams, along with art because I used to play Path of Exile, and there's a new league coming out next week. I wonder how that's going to do with streaming. Also, I kind of need to play some things or at least watch a movie. The reason why is because I need to expand my visual library, and I want to take ideas for my story too. I am I'm a beginner writer. Nah, that's not right. I'm new to writing. Okay. Reminded me of my Bunyan princess I drew last month. Bunyan princess. Is that for your manga? No. Was gonna give her. I was gonna give her elf ears. Okay. Oh. At the end of this, I'm gonna give the kimono a really nice, beautiful pattern. I think I need to do some symmetry here. Bunyan is a Malaysian version of elf. Really, I've never heard of that. I thought that was a Australian thing. Bunyan sounds like an Aboriginal word. Um. Oh yeah, they do look like elf. I think in the Philippines we call it diwata, which is the Filipino version of elf. Let's see. I need some references for kimono. Hmm. Uh, already looks really good. Actually, I really like this now. Maybe if we actually show off her hands, just a little bit of her hands. Okay, I may need the symmetry again. And there. I don't think I need the sketch anymore. So we're gonna ruin this for our sketch. Just raise it up a little bit. So we have more space for the hand. Okay, so what I'm gonna if I if I drew these similar, sorry, if I these two hands will look the same because I'm drawing it in symmetry. And the reason why I'm doing that first is because um I want to get a good feel of how how big the hands are and if they're similar to each other. But I will change the position of the hand so at least it doesn't look like I'm copy pasting it. Sorry, I'm really having trouble talking today. Hey, they have their own kingdom too. I think they do. I think in the Diwata has their own kingdom, the Filipino version of Elf. I just I'm not familiar with their lore. But the Diwata is like they're I think they're only females because that's a also a compliment in the Philippines. If you call somebody a Diwata, it's like a beautiful person, like a beautiful girl. But you wouldn't call a guy a Diwata. That would be it would perceived as gay. So I think all Diwata are females in the Philippines. Like all elves are females, at least in the Philippines. Okay. I kind of like this, but I still don't like the hands. Maybe if I raise one like this. Huh. Okay, that's something. It needs to raise a little bit more. Okay. I really like that. That's a crown. We're gonna add ornaments to her side too. That we have like a horn sticking out like this. The horn is just an ornament. It's not, she doesn't really have horns. We're gonna have some dangly thing here, maybe long ones. Mm, earrings poking out, maybe. Yeah, that looks good. Um, some ornate inside there. Now for the belt, Bunyan can inbreed with humans, as I heard. My main character of my manga is half Bunyan. Ah, that's interesting. I I think that's but that's not unheard of. I think when it comes to the elves, right, in fantasy, I'm not really familiar with the lore with like some of the mythology of my country, although there are some of that in my story, a little bit. It's funny because I know a lot more history and like folklores on other cultures, but my own culture doesn't really interest me. Like Like I know more about Japan, for example, than my own country. I know more about the medieval ages than what I know about my history in my country. I don't even know what the names of the the gods that people used to worship here. Okay, her kimono will have like floral ornaments here, maybe. That she's looking good. Yeah, definitely looking good. Be a second thing like that. More dangly bits. Yeah, definitely. Okay, I really like this now. She's starting to take form. Hands a little bit too big. Mhm. Hands are too okay, too long, but that's okay. All right, that's looking good. That's why I want to make it this That's why I want to make this manga. I want to immortalize Southeast Asian mythology for future generations. That's actually really that's actually pretty good. I like that idea. I might because of that I might do some research on my mythology for the Philippines to incorporate some of it in my story. I There is a god in the Philippines. The like the old, like really ancient people here worship called Kidlat, and he's like the god of lightning, the god of thunder here, equivalent of Thor. I might just use something like that, you know, because the story is about the thunder gods. Okay, I really like this now. This is taking shape. Let's add ornaments to her belt. This is going to be chains, maybe. She's supposed to be really regal. More. And and here she's going to hold maybe an orb. I don't know. Maybe she just summons lightning here. Okay. All right. How cool is that? And we're gonna draw her in a similar way how um like Renaissance painting um she's kind of I'm gonna render her later with a textured brush. Man, I'm really having trouble talking today. I don't know what it is. Something in my throat. No. All right. Well, I want to explore um one more pose, but I'm pretty sold with this already. Let's just do one more. Oh, I'm gonna name this layer here so I don't lose it. I wonder if we can do a back pose. Something like that. Can you draw me a manananggal? In Malaysia, it's panananggal, pan panangal, which means attached head. Ah, that's interesting. You also have something like that too in your country. But the manananggal detaches um from the hips, yeah, leaves its legs behind, and then goes out to eat unborn kids inside of mother's belly. So the way they do it is like they have this really long tongue, and the manananggal attaches itself to the belly button, that tongue, and then it sucks out the life force and like the flesh of the baby. It's really gruesome, kind of dark. I actually kind of like that, those kind of mythology, that dark, like unforgiving kind of world. Like for example, the world of 40K, the Warhammer 40K universe. Um, yeah, those things are, have a really dark um sensibilities when it comes to stories. uh, but a superior request, I could probably do something like that. Not now though. Maybe next week or tomorrow, because here's the thing. I might incorporate something like that in my story. Like you said, you want to do something for the next generation, so people will know our culture. So I'm writing a few creatures that's going to be in my world. And now that you mention it, maybe I could do something with the manananggal or pananggal, pananggal. Yeah, I don't know if that's how you pronounce that. But yeah, something like that, right? Mm. This post is way more dynamic than the last one. How does that hair even work anyway? We need to redesign her hair and give her a bun here. Reason why is the ornaments wouldn't make sense if she has a short hair. Hmm. Okay. Introduce a little bit of wind into the drawing. Maybe her hair is swaying like that, this direction. Hmm. What should we do with her hands then? Okay. We could do something like this. Maybe an umbrella like that. No, that kind of sucks. What about more lightning powers like this? Nah, still sucks. Okay, just do something like that. Hmm, see where this goes. Yeah. Shamans. Yeah, we have something similar in the Philippines. Do we have shamans in the Philippines? They're called what they're called? Mambabatok, right? Yeah, mambabarang, which just means like voodoo. The, it's similar to voodoo. But that's I guess that's the closest thing that we have to a shaman. The mambabatok is a more like a doctor. He you go to a mambabatok to have your future read, or she's gonna give you like some like weird medicines and shit. And also the mambabarang is more like a evil witch kind of deal, deals with voodoo. There's something here. I mean, something in this drawing, right? I'm feeling something cool with the drawing. Mm, don't like that. Uh, okay. When you actually wear kimono, you don't see much of the breast of the woman because it's covered up with so much layers that it will only show like a small bump. Well, unless like you have a big neck or you know. But for this case, we're gonna go a little bit more realistic. I kind of like this now. I'm not sure what to draw. Two really solid designs. I mean poses. I want to draw the hands here. So reduce. Wait, I may still need that. Okay, maybe not. I don't need that. Mm, the hands looks really boring. In here we call bomho, bomo, and pawang. Bomo deals with curses and black magic. Meanwhile, pawang deals with spiritual healing. And oh yeah, that's kind of similar to what we have too. You know, like what I said, the mangagamot and the mambabarang. You know, the one's good, one's evil. Interesting that we have a lot of similarities in our culture. I believe this entire region back, you know, when any of us was colonized by the Westerners, I believe this was like an entire nation. I don't know if that's true. Like the entire like system of people trading with each other. And I know the Philippines used to speak Bahasa as well, right? Like something similar to what Indonesians and Malaysians would speak, right? Until we got colonized, of course, and then the language kind of really deviated from there. But because I know this because there's a lot of, I think 20% of Tagalog is the same in has the same words in Indonesian and Malaysian. So I'm guessing that's because we all just traded with each other back in the day, right? It's like a very close, similar culture to one another. Sure, I even have relatives in Thailand and Indonesia. Yeah, I think that's not a unique thing for Southeast Asian, right? To have other relatives in other countries such as Thailand and Indonesia. I got a few. I got family in Indonesia too, but they're all Filipinos and they just moved there. I really don't know what to do with this hand. Can we just give her a casual hand that's hanging like that? I think that kind of works. There's some wind here going in all directions. So, or I could just no. How about if we no? That's not good too. Um, what should I do? What should I do? We're just gonna wing it for now. We're gonna forget about this hands, and maybe it would like a zoom in. Oh, you know what? That actually looks way better. Zoom in a little bit, and also it gets rid of the hand problem. Just hide the problem, right? Classic. Okay, this one or this one? It definitely looks way cooler here, but here it looks more dynamic. If I give her a howdy, which is like a jacket you wear over your kimono, maybe if I do this, get rid of a lot of detail. It's a howdy that's hanging on one side. All right, let's go with this. Hmm. Give me a sec. I'm just gonna grab some water. This is going to be a short stream, by the way. I'm just exploring ideas. This one or this one. I like them both. Yeah. How about we do both of them, and I'll just do one this today, and maybe another tomorrow. Okay. I'm gonna do the this one first for no particular reason. I just wanna choose something for now. We're going to clean the line art. Wait, you got an idea? Why don't we incorporate some of the ideas that I got from the other drawing? For example, what if we hang her Howley on one side like this? And we don't show her other hand. Hmm. That might actually be better. Okay, I'm gonna stick with this. Or about if we just no. Um. Or I'll let that simmer for a while. I'm not sure if I want to do something like this because it's doesn't really fit her character. She's supposed to be like a regal person and everything should be symmetrical. But this just breaks the design, which I think it's okay. It just doesn't feel consistent to what she is all about, you know? Anyway, who cares? It looks cool. Hmm. Looking good so far. Yeah, let's do the crown thing. My brother has my brother has entered silent manga audition this year. Maybe they will announce the result next year in January. Really? A silent manga. I've heard of I heard of that before, but I've never actually read one. You said that this wouldn't be your first time, right? It's your first time entering a competition? Because I'm really interested in entering my manga when it finishes, like maybe next year, right? Because I've been drawing really slowly. So I don't know. I'm not really sure if it's written well enough. Maybe I'll have people read it first, get some feedback, do some editing before do anything with it, like enter a competition. Okay. Hmm. I like this part. I wish your brother luck, man. Well, this is the first one, and you have to make a one-shot manga without dialogue. Yeah. Well, it's a silent manga, of course. But I know there's competitions where it's just a regular manga. How long is your one shot? That's what I've been meaning to ask. Really, I don't really write mangas. Well, I'm writing one now, but again, I'm not really experienced in writing mangas. I just draw mangas for other people who write them. You know, writing isn't really my strong suit. Not yet. Maybe one day. No, don't do that yet. It's like a crown of thorns. You mean pages? Yeah. How many pages is a one shot typically? I know it's not very long, right? Like maybe 20 pages. But I've been hearing like different answers from different artists. Some say 20 pages, some say it's like 50 to 70 pages. So I'm kind of confused. How long is it really? Man, I'm getting hungry. I might end the stream early. I want to finish this line out first. Also, at the same time, I'm gonna order some food. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna ask my wife if she wants some food. 'Kay. I'm gonna order some food. I'm gonna keep going, don't worry. But, I'm really, really hungry for some reason. It's gonna be so unprofessional. I don't know if streamers do this on stream, right? 'Mm, I'll do that later. I could always eat. Just make some art, yeah. 16 to 17 pages will be enough, but if you want to make it yourself, do it as you please. 16 to 17 pages. How do I even make my story that short? You're also hungry? Maybe that's why I'm having trouble speaking. It's the hunger. Okay, this looks good. Oh, you know what? There are some hoodies that are sleeveless. What if I give her one? Nah, it kind of complicates the overall design. BRB meals on the way. Nice. Kind of jealous. Let me get some of my own too. Burger would be nice. Mm. Okay, I'm back. I just ordered a triple cheeseburger from McDonald's. I love their cheeseburgers. I don't like their Big Macs. I don't know. I just don't like it. Maybe just the Big Macs in the Philippines. They kind of suck. All right, guys. I think my son is awake now, which means I really got to end the stream very early because he's going to be looking for me, and I gotta prioritize being a dad. So, thank you very much for everybody who was watching. Half piece. I'm not sure if you're there yet, but I gotta go. My son needs me, and also does my wife. Also, we gotta eat. I'll come back tomorrow. I'll be sure to stream a lot longer, probably on a later time, um, around 9, 10 p.m. Hopefully. I promise I'll stream a lot longer, but this was just a short stream for me. Really, I just wanted to explore ideas on what to draw, and talk to some people. It was again really nice talking to Half Piece there, and everybody who was watching. Yeah, I apologize for the short stream, man. You guys have a nice day. See ya. I'll be back tomorrow. Okay.